So this is the newly launched Galaxy A55 5G, and if you already have yours, I will share with you some tips in this video to help you take better photos and record quality videos using your Galaxy A55. Now the very first thing you want to do on your device, or the very first step you want to take, is to learn how to quickly take photos using the camera button. So what you need to do is you double press on the power key 2 times, and this is going to quick launch your camera. So with this trick, you can easily capture anything in a short time. Now in case this doesn't work for you, just head over to the settings app. Now you scroll down to advanced features, then you select side key, then you tap on quick launch camera, and that's all. Now this is how to take better photos on the Galaxy A55. So let's say you have your camera pointed to a subject. The next thing you want to do is to tap on the person or the subject in frame so your phone knows exactly what you are trying to capture. Also, you can use this slider to reduce or increase the amount of light coming through this lens or coming through your device lens for a better shot. Now this is very useful in most cases because sometimes our camera takes in more light than we need it to. So here's a photo taken without me tapping on the screen before capturing the photo, and here's another photo taken where I tapped on the subject before taking the photo. So you can see there's a difference here. So doing this most of the time will help you get better shots always. However, there's something you need to know about the individual lens on your phone. Now the 1x, which is the main camera, gives you better and wide photos and is the best camera you would have on your device, even for low light photos as well. Now the 0.5x is the ultra wide lens, which gives you photos just like these. In most cases, this is very good for daytime photos, but not really good for low light photos. So during the day, let's say you see something nice and you want to capture everything in frame, you can use the 0.5x instead of using the 1x and you going back to get everything in frame. So what about the 2x, 4x and 10x? Now these are digital zooms and you can use them, but always have in mind that photos taken with the 2x, 4x and 10x are not really going to look that good because in this mode the camera is just cropping in on the subject you are trying to focus on. But overall, I would say it's always better to use the 1x unless you really need to zoom in on that photo. Okay, aspect ratio. Now when you tap on this icon, you are going to see a list of aspect ratios you can use. Now you can use this for full frame photos, or you can use this for Instagram sized photos, or this for standard. But the hidden feature here is switching from 12 megapixel to 50 megapixel lens. So if you are looking at having more details in your photos, it's always better to switch to the 50 megapixel lens whenever you want to take detailed photos like this. But that's not to say the 12 megapixel photos do not look good. They do look good, but when you zoom in, you can see a difference when compared to the 50 megapixel because the 50 megapixel photos have a lot of details in them. So if you want to keep those details, you need to always make sure you switch to the 50 megapixel lens before taking your photos. Also, there's another mode, or there's a feature you can check out. So this is something like a before and after, and you just need to tap on this icon, which is actually going to activate motion photos. What this is going to do is actually going to give you a before and after of any photo you take, and yeah, something like this. I'm very sure most of you find this interesting. Now moving on to the next subject. So whether you are recording vertical or horizontal videos, you need to make sure you have your resolution set to the right one to get a better quality. Now swipe to video, then you tap on the video size icon. Inside the pop-up, you now have the option to record videos in HD at 720p at 30 frames per second, FHD at 30 frames and 60 frames per second, and UHD, which is 4K at 30 frames per second. Now UHD at 4K 30 frames per second is the highest video quality you can get on the Galaxy A55, and you always need to make sure you select UHD at 30 frames per second, and this setting is actually going to give you clean and good videos, especially if you are recording in a well lit room or if you find yourself in any good lighting environment. Now the only problem here is the Galaxy A55 doesn't record videos in UHD at 60 frames per second. In your case, if you want to shoot and slow down your videos later in your edit, then you need to make sure you switch from UHD to FHD at 60 frames per second, and this is going to give you that smooth footage you can slow down in your editing software. But if you think you are not going to be slowing down your videos, then you can record in UHD at 30 frames per second, which is going to give you the best quality you can actually get on this device. However, to prevent the Galaxy A55 from switching between frames, just turn this feature off, which can be found in the settings called Auto FPS. But there's still more. So the Galaxy A55 offers another mode which even allows you to do more settings to make your videos look good. So this is the Pro Video feature, and you can find this in the More tab. This gives you more tools you can work with, and you have the same thing for photos as well, which is called Pro Photos. And there are other modes you can try out: hyperlapse mode for hyperlapse shots and more. But before you check out those features, there's something we still need to do in the settings. Galaxy. So this is the newly launched Galaxy A55 5G, and if you already have yours, I will share with you some tips in this video to help you take better photos or any filters being added to the photo. The next thing you want to have turned on is shot suggestions. So with this feature enabled, it's actually going to help you capture better photos. So you're most likely to see this on your screen, and you're going to see a circle, and if you have the phone in a good position, the color is going to show yellow, meaning you can go ahead and take that photo. For watermark, you can decide to have this turned on or turned off. Now, last but not the least, under the selfie section, enable save selfies as previewed, and anytime you take a selfie using this device, you are actually going to see the exact same thing you captured, and your photo is not going to be flipped. Anyways, this is the Galaxy A55 5G, and I hope these tips help you take better photos and record better videos using your phone. Like, leave your comments, and stay safe.